Buongiorno, welcome back to my channel. Today is going to be all about one of my absolute favorite Italian niche brands, and I'm talking about Acqua di Parma. Earlier this year, Acqua di Parma came out with a new flanker to one of their classics from the Blu Mediterraneo line, and I'm talking about Bergamotto di Calabria La Spugnatura. Since the new flanker is a limited edition one, I decided to do a dedicated video on this new flanker and also full comparison between the original one and La Spugnatura. I will go through everything, longevity, sillage, notes, and which one is worth your money. So if you want to know everything about Bergamotto di Calabria La Spugnatura, then please keep on watching. But before we start, if you're new to my channel, hi, welcome. My name is Noura, and on this channel I mostly talk about fragrances. So if you are a fragrance lover, then definitely consider subscribing to my channel and also hit the notification bell so you will get notified when I upload a new video. Also follow me on Instagram, where I have more exclusive content that I don't do here on YouTube. And without further ado, let's start. Now let's start by the original Bergamotto di Calabria. This was launched back in 2010, and this is considered a woody aromatic fragrance. The opening of this fragrance is absolutely gorgeous. It's very refreshing, suitable for summertime. It has kind of a sharp opening because it has, along with the bergamot and the citron, also ginger. You have also the cedar, so a little bit woody, vetiver flowers. They don't list what kind of flowers, and also musk and benzoin. In the very beginning, you don't get much. You get the citrus and the ginger. After a few minutes, you will get a little bit of the woody notes. So you get a little bit of the vetiver and the cedar. And I have to say, I don't get the benzoin and flowers like at all in this fragrance. In the very dry down, I get a hint of musk, but that's it. In the very dry down, the citrus are totally gone. You get more of the cedar, the vetiver, and the ginger. And as I said, a hint of musk in the very dry down. I love the opening of this fragrance, but I'm not a big fan of the very dry down. The opening is totally unisex, right in the middle, while in the dry down it leans more masculine. As you would expect, you get more cedar and vetiver, which are more of a masculine notes, but still, in my opinion, it's totally unisex. Men and women can wear it. Now let's talk about longevity and sillage, because here is where this fragrance was for me a big disappointment. I don't have really big expectations when it comes to longevity and sillage with citrus fragrances, because citruses are by nature not long lasting. This is why you will always find them in the top notes. But I have to say, with this one, it was very disappointing for me. It has a very weak longevity and sillage. And it remains maximum 2 hours on my skin, and it's totally gone. So when it comes to longevity and sillage, it's actually one of the worst when we are talking about like the Blu Mediterraneo line. Now let's talk about the new flanker, Bergamotto di Calabria La Spugnatura. So La Spugnatura comes from spugna, which means sponge in Italian, and mainly what this fragrance is all about is the way the bergamot oil is extracted. So they used the old extraction method of bergamot in this fragrance. So basically they take a marine sponge. After they cut the bergamot and they remove like the internal part, they get the peel and they squeeze in the sponge, and this is how they extract the oil. This is the old method, and I have to say, you really get a difference with this fragrance. So this one has a very sharp, almost aggressive fragrance that makes me categorize it more of a unisex leaning masculine. So you get a lot of bergamot and grapefruit in the initial spray. After a minute or two, you start to get a little bit of an aromatic touch, which comes from fennel. It's never overpowering. It's just a slight hint of an aromatic touch in the background. And then you will get a little bit of the geranium, and in the dry down is where you get a little bit of the orange and mandarin orange used here. And I would say there are more notes than the declared one on this fragrance. Not because I smell more notes here, but because of, I would say, the very good longevity and sillage on this one. So if you compare the original with La Spugnatura, you see like in the base of the original one, it has musk, it has benzoin, so you would expect more longevity, but actually this one has better longevity, better sillage, but there is nothing in the notes that would give this longevity and sillage. Maybe it's the quality of the bergamot, I have no idea, but I have to say I was pleasantly surprised by the longevity and sillage on this one. I would say it's a solid, moderate longevity and sillage. And the more this fragrance goes towards the dry down, the more I love it, and the more it's not leaning masculine anymore, but it goes into a total unisex territory. I love it. I am totally in love with this fragrance. So as you can see, I have a favorite, and it's La Spugnatura. Not because only of the longevity and sillage, but because I love the composition. It's a dry down. I love the dry down. As much as I loved the opening of the original one, I love the dry down on this one. It has this sweet citrus peel to it. Not that it's a sweet fragrance, it's not, but it has this sweetish citrus peel. This is how I would explain it. It's not citrus, it has more of a little bit of a bitterness, but just a hint and a sweetness that I don't know from where it comes, maybe from the orange or the mandarin orange. I don't know. The experience of wearing this fragrance is absolutely beautiful, especially in summertime. It's very refreshing, it's long lasting, it projects so you can smell yourself for a while. So I am totally in love, and I would say this is one of the best from the Blu Mediterraneo line from Acqua di Parma. It's a shame that this is a limited edition bottle. They should have put this one instead of the original Bergamotto di Calabria, but yeah. Anyway, it's a limited edition bottle, and by the bottle, by the way, guys, it's just stunning. It's beautiful. It's not glass, it's porcelain, and it's hand painted. It's beautiful. It's really, really, really beautiful. Now, let's talk about the price. So, La Spugnatura comes only in a 100 ml bottle. It costs 130 euros. So, if you compare it with the other Blu Mediterraneo line, it's definitely pricier. But I would say it's definitely worth it because the Spugnatura lasts longer, has a better sillage. So, paying just a little bit more and getting a better performance is worth it for me, at least in my opinion. And I really wish for Acqua di Parma to make this one permanent in her collection, or maybe replace the original one with that one, because it's absolutely amazing. So I highly, highly recommend Bergamotto di Calabria La Spugnatura over the original one. And if you are a bergamot lover, then definitely check this one out. It's absolutely beautiful fragrance. So to sum up, the original Bergamotto di Calabria is a woody aromatic fragrance, while La Spugnatura is a citrus aromatic. So definitely you get the citrus more in La Spugnatura than in the original one. Longevity and sillage on the original one is weak, like really weak, while on La Spugnatura is a solid moderate. Both of them are totally unisex, so men and women can wear it. They are both very refreshing, very summer appropriate fragrances, like all the Blu Mediterraneo line. So Bergamotto di Calabria, the original one, I would give a 7 out of 10, while La Spugnatura I would give a 9 out of 10. So that was it. I hope you liked this video and you found it helpful, and if you did, please give it a thumb up, consider subscribing to my channel. Stay tuned, because in the coming days I will do a dedicated video on the Blu Mediterraneo line from Acqua di Parma, so definitely hit that notification bell so you will get notified when I upload a new video. Thanks a lot for watching and see you next time. Ciao!